Hi everyone, Happy New Year. It's Amy Solera with Keller Real Estate. It's been a little while since I've shared about what's going on with the housing market here in Pittsburgh, so let's get started. So for the past 2 years, the housing market has been extremely competitive for buyers. Houses were selling in one weekend, each house was getting multiple offers, buyers were bidding significantly above the asking price, and a lot of buyers were also waiving the home inspections. This past fall, when the interest rates rose, that definitely calmed the housing market. Here's a look at the rate change for all of last year. We started the year in the 3% interest rates, and currently we're in the 6s. The higher interest rates have caused buyer demand to soften, so each house that's listed for sale is getting less showings, and also more houses have started to come on the market. When the interest rates rose, that also caused the buyers' monthly mortgage payments to increase, so they were no longer able to bid as high as they had been on houses. As mortgage rates fluctuate, they impact purchasing power by influencing the cost of buying a home. Even a small dip can boost purchasing power, and here's a look at how it works. So let's say you want to buy a house that's priced at $400,000. If you're trying to shop at that price point and keep your monthly payments around $2,600 or lower, here's a look at how the interest rates affect your purchasing power. The red coloring shows payments above the $2,600 threshold, and the green shows the payment within your target range. So this goes to show that even a 1/4 point change in percentage rates can impact the monthly mortgage payment significantly. The 3 biggest changes that I've noticed with the housing market are buyers have started to offer less than the asking price. Buyers are once again asking for home inspections. And sellers are becoming more willing to help pay for the buyer's closing costs. As far as the buyers submitting under the asking price, because the interest rates are higher now, buyers can no longer afford as much money on their monthly mortgage payments. So I've noticed that they're becoming much more cautious. Houses are sitting on the market longer. Buyers are definitely thinking through their decisions before making an offer. And houses have started to sell less than the asking price. Number 2 is home inspections are back. As I mentioned, for the past 2 years, buyers were waiving home inspections left and right in order to get their offer accepted. And I just heard countless horror stories about how after they bought the house, they ended up getting a home inspection done after the fact. And there were just ginormous problems that they then were stuck with because they had already bought the house. I'm now once again seeing buyers ask for all of the standard inspections, which are home inspection, pest inspection, and radon inspection. Those are the 3 most common that we see here in Pittsburgh. The 3rd change that I've seen lately is that sellers are becoming more willing to help buyers pay for closing costs. Over the past 2 years, buyers were going above and beyond to do anything and everything to get their offer accepted, including paying additional fees that normally the seller would be responsible for, such as transfer tax, real estate agent commission, just kind of throwing extra money at the seller trying to get their offer accepted. Now the tables have turned, and buyers are asking for sellers to help with what's called seller assist, and the sellers are helping to pay for some of the common costs that buyers take on when purchasing a house. Even though we're seeing all of these changes right now with the housing market, it definitely doesn't mean that we're in a seller's market. We are not, because inventory is still low. There still overall aren't a lot of houses on the market, but the change that I am seeing is that buyers have started to get some of their power back. My advice for buyers right now is to focus on what your monthly mortgage payment is going to be. I keep hearing buyers saying that interest rates are so high, houses are so expensive, the prices haven't dropped, I'm waiting for prices to drop. But one of my go-to lenders, he uses a phrase that's something like, marry the house, date the rate, something like that. But overall, what it means is, do you like the house? Can you see yourself living there? Can you afford the monthly mortgage payment? If so, buy the house, if it fits within your budget. Because if interest rates drop in the future, you can always refinance and get a lower rate. If you're thinking about buying a house this year, my prediction is there's going to be less competition than there has been over the past few years, and buyers are definitely going to start having more options. Houses are currently selling in about 30 days, which is pretty much where we were this time last year. During the summer months, days on market was very short and houses were selling in only 9 days. There still aren't a lot of houses on the market. Inventory is only at 3 months, which means we are still in a seller's market. However, at the same time, the 3 months of inventory has risen slightly, and this currently is the most inventory that we've seen since early 2020 before the pandemic. I know I've talked a lot about buyers in this video. If you're a seller and you're thinking about selling your house this year, don't be scared. My advice would be to price your house based on what's selling in your neighborhood now or over the past few recent months. Don't go back to the summer months and see what's been selling and what prices they've been getting. Also, if you're selling, you most likely will not get multiple offers. I'm very rarely seeing multiple offers right now. But if you're selling your house, don't be scared that it won't sell. It definitely will. There are definitely serious home buyers out there, and your house might be the perfect match for them. If you have any questions about what's going on with the housing market, or maybe your house in particular, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to help and answer any questions that you have.